I'm Suad. This is Carver Hub. I'm here with Noah, and we're going to talk about Main Lesson.
Main Lesson is an event that takes place twice a year. But what exactly is Main Lesson? Well, here is Dima, Ethan, and Ian to tell us all about it.
Here at George Washington Carver, like many other Waldorf schools, Main Lesson is a big part of the curriculum they teach here. The Main Lesson topics range from ancient cultures and geometry to poetry. Today's Main Lessons provide us with the artwork of some of these ancient cultures.
The next few clips you'll be viewing are from a story our friend Devin made in his class, Middle Eastern History.
Hello, my name is Devin White. And I was in junior year Middle Eastern History. Thank you, but he's got to go quick. It's almost nighttime. So when he gets outside, what does he find? His horse is dead. Now, he's stuck in the middle of the city. How is he going to get out in time? The sun's going down soon. He's going to die. It's all over. But then, out in the distance, he sees his hero, a camel. And the camel walks up slowly. But this is no ordinary camel. This is a special camel. This camel arrived not with hooves, but of human feet, pattering slowly forward, darting a fez. And when he arrived, the merchant hopped on to a saddle made of the finest Italian leather. And he took that camel and he said, I need to get to the well. And the camel rode down, speeded, he bolted. And the man says, thank you, genie, for this camel. And the genie says, you will return the favor with the gold, but you must hurry.
The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats.
Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Wings fall apart.
The center cannot hold blood in time.
And everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned.
So main lessons are really the heart of the Waldorf curriculum, and most schools have main lessons every day, all year long. But that just isn't possible here at Carver, and but it gives us an opportunity for a couple of things. One is that it sort of changes up our 6-period day that flows all year long, and it also gives us the opportunity to kind of slow down and really dive deeply into the subjects. So we try and choose topics that really meet the teenager at their developmental level. So the 9th graders are really focusing on kind of concrete ideas, the world around them. Their choices are the senses, earth art, and art history. The 10th graders rotate through Mesoamerican history, Indian culture, and poetry, where they really can focus on the art of the word. And in 11th grade, we offer Arab culture, and the students actually do bookbinding and make their own book, and astronomy or projective geometry. And then 12th graders either put on the senior play, which is a gift to our community, or they study symptomatology, which is a kind of survey of major issues throughout history.
This is astronomy main lesson. Today we're working on drawing sort of a scale drawing of the solar system, and later this week we'll be working on making sundials.
Okay, we're here in Earth Art, and so what we do in Earth Art is we take a look at the different kingdoms like plant and animal and the mineral kingdom. We do some observations with those. We do some drawings of those. We use those also to explore our own temperament. So what we're doing in class today is they're making a collage around their particular temperament. We will also be doing projects with each of the kingdoms. So there will be some sculpting, some basketry, and some felting.
The outskirts of the city is actually like inhabitable now. So probably, I want to say like 50 to probably, like if you really want to be safe about it, probably like give it another good amount of years.
So this is projective geometry, and what we're learning right now is the theorem of Pappus.
The theorem of Pappus is pretty nifty, if you ask me. So basically, is you put a line from A to B prime. You put another line from B to A prime. And you make a little X right there. And then you do the same for B to C prime and C to B prime. And you guessed it, A to C prime and C to A prime.
In this class, we're working on Middle Eastern history. So right now we're talking about Muhammad and how he started Islam and how Islam spread across the Middle East and some parts of Europe. Right now we're working on book binding. So we're trying to make it look like this is the start of a book binding.
There was the prince on the throne, he was half humble and he was crying, and then so he started telling.
Okay, go for it. So we started off working on a shinquane, which is a cinquane or whatever, on how to do certain poems, and throughout the weeks we have to write more and more poems. We learn how the rhyming schemes go, the amount of syllables in them, where there's twists, and then we have to write our own, and then she tells us and grades them and lets us know if we did the right formatting, rhyming schemes, and then we have to write a visual sometimes on it. So we also learned how to annotate a poem and then write an analysis. Yeah, so that's what we've been working on, and we just got a sonnet recently written by William Shakespeare, and we had to look at it a lot and write about it, and just write little notes and stuff, and then we have to find out where the switch is, because usually in his poems and his sonnets, there's a part where the whole poem switches realities almost. Yeah, it switches tones. So then we have to write our own. So that's what we've been doing.
Oh, hi, didn't notice you there. I'm in Indian history right now, and we're making a skit to tell about this story about a magical mango.
So when do I start? So we are studying the senses in Mr. Devard's class. We've already dissected an eyeball. We have, learned how people see and all the layers that the eye has. And right now we just started studying the hearing, and right now we're just drawing other people's eyes in order to learn how everything happens. Yeah.
Eyes?
No, ears, I'm sorry.
You make me do this. So, this is the senior play. We're doing the 39 steps, old play, fairly old play. Takes place in the 30s, so we have to have a lot of historically accurate, things for the play. Or of course, there's gonna be those people in the audience that are gonna be upset. So, I have the task of building props for the play. This is one of the props for the play. It's just a little fake pistol for one of the bad guys. He uses this. And here's, if you would come this way, one of the bigger props that I've had to make. There's a scene in the play where there's a plane chasing around the character and shooting at her. And, I took it too far. That's a lot of the stuff that we've done so far. We're getting, we're acting out our lines, getting it all blocked together to make sure we know what we're doing for the play. We haven't started building the set yet, but so far this is what we've done.
Up next, the projected geometry film, which is about the first time the circumference of the Earth was calculated.
Man, I really want to find the distance of the Earth. I can speak to the king. Why? I should ask him something.
What brings you to King John Un's castle?
Distance around the Earth? Here I come. It's high noon. I'm here. High noon. 7 degrees.
Whoa!
Hey, whoa, what are you doing? I found the answer. I gotta go.
Wait, hey!
I found the answer. King John Nude, I found the answer.
Oh, you're back. It's quite some time. Let's see what you have.
I'm gonna find the degrees from Alexandria to Syene by looking down a well in Alexandria and the other in Syene at exactly 12 o'clock noon. The equation I will use is the distance between Alexandria and Syene over the distance around the Earth equals the degrees between Alexandria and Syene over 360 degrees. 360 degrees because the Earth in a whole is round. You get 5,000 stadia over x equals 7 over 360 degrees equals 7x equals 1,800,000. You divide both of those by 7, and you get x equals 257,142.857 stadia, or 47,571,000.
That's actually really interesting. That's a lot better than I thought it would. I'm speechless, actually, because I don't get surprised by a lot of things that peasants like you bring in. I like you. I feel like you could be the heir to my throne, but you're not.
This is gonna suck.